Yeah. Okay. So, Luis, let's pivot a little. Talk about something a little more less serious and more fun. Stop Club.
Okay.
So, imagine you just hailed an Uber here in Brazil. Hailed an Uber. I'm your driver, and let's pretend that for some reason, I don't speak Portuguese. I only speak
Mhm.
English. And you're in my car. I'm an Uber driver, and you're the founder of Stop Club, co-founder of Stop Club. Why should I care about this app, and why should I sign up? Pitch me.
Cool.
I'm a driver.
Woo. Thanks for the question. Usually, I say to the driver, like, how do you do to record your rides?
Mhm.
And usually they say, I don't. So, man, you really should record everything that happens inside your
Record
car. So
audio, video, or what?
audio and video, you should
Mm.
do it because that's how you have evidence of what happens inside your car.
Hmm.
Uh, Let me tell you a story about something that happened this week here in Brazil, uh, here in Rio, actually. A
Hmm.
guy got an Uber, and later on, he called the driver and said, "Man, I forgot my phone inside your car." The driver looked back and see no phone. Well, okay, I'll search for it, and said, "No, no, I'm positive that I left it in your car." So after searching it for a long time, he said, "It's not here at all."
Hmm.
And the guy was pissed. So he checked on his camera log because he used our software,
Hmm.
and he saw that a woman entered next after the guy. A woman entered the car with a kid, and she took it.
Hmm.
And then she called this lady and said, "I'm sorry, I think you got something that was in my car. Is this phone?" I said, "No, I have no idea what you're talking about." No, I'm positive that you got it because
Yeah.
it's on tape. And she said, "What? Oh, sorry, my kid must have gotten it for mistake." I said, "No, okay. So could you please return the phone?"
Yeah.
Yeah. So this kind of situation happens a lot of time,
Hmm.
and but this is one feature that our app has.
Got it. So your app can turn a driver's phone into a dash cam that records audio and video, one way or two-way
Exactly.
video.
One-way video at this point, at this
So
moment,
facing inside.
facing inside. We're just releasing this new update that they're going to change the cameras and
Hmm.
also to
And so
share
they would
with.
obviously, literally have to have it kind of mounted somewhere in the middle on the dashboard so that it's
Yeah,
somewhat looking back.
yeah, just like your background.
Yeah, actually, yeah. For those
Next.
who are watching on YouTube, right? I've got a nice virtual background. I'm not actually in the car, believe it or not, and facing the wrong way. Okay, that's cool. I've heard of this. I've heard of some companies doing this in the U.S., but I mean, I'm curious if this is one of those creative solutions you mentioned, where I mean, frankly, maybe drivers are not earning as much in Brazil. But here in the
Yeah,
U.S., right, like we recommend that drivers probably after a phone mount, that something that's literally holding your phone up, like the number two most valuable thing that you can get that not a lot of drivers in the US do, to be honest, maybe 5 to 10%, is a dash cam, right? For
yeah.
accidents, for liability, for safety reasons. But I haven't seen any apps that have really taken off. I know there are apps that turn your phone into a dash cam. I haven't seen any that take off, but it sounds like that's one of the features that you do offer that's popular.
Yeah, here in the US, this sort of cameras, they are way more cheap than here in
Mm,
Brazil. They are super
gotcha.
expensive here.
Okay.
So this is the solution.
Well,
This
it's
is
funny though, because like in the US, like you can get a good dash cam for probably 50 to 75 US dollars, maybe a little
yeah,
bit more if you want a really good one, but even it might record two-way, have infrared, have a wide angle. I mean, it would be probably, a pretty solid camera. And still, most drivers don't do it.
yeah,
Still,
yeah.
most drivers don't have one unless it's required. I don't know. There's something about the US where it just hasn't really caught on, but that's interesting. So tell me, what other features, what are some of the most popular features on Stop Club? Why are people, sort of hearing about it? It's like, oh, I got to have this app because of that feature.
Cool. Remember that I said to you this is a social network. So
Mm-hmm.
you create friends in the app, so people that you can rely on when you're working, and you can see them in the map
Mm.
in real time. You can
Oh,
see
that's
where
cool.
every one of your friends is. So you can eventually call someone, and we have this sort of walkie-talkie feature. So
Mm-hmm.
you can bring up your friend's profile and then walkie-talkie him in case if you have a problem or just if you want to have lunch together. You can just
Yeah.
call you, like send a message and say, man, I'm really close by to you. Let's have lunch together. Let's have a cup of coffee. Oh, I'm having a very shitty day, or I'm having a good day. I want to celebrate with you. And why should you don't have a work environment? This is the whole idea of StopClub. Recreate the work environment for the gig worker. And even if you have to do this digitally, we can. Like, you can literally see where your friends are all the time and communicate with them.
Yeah. I like that angle a lot too. I never really thought about the aspect. I mean, there's, of course, this reminds me, I know we did an article back in the past about, ways to chat with other drivers. And there was an app called Voxer, Voxer, that may actually still be around. And, drivers would set up these little Voxer walkie-talkie groups and, sort of like, stunted audio, right? So you could send a message and check it later. And it was pretty cool. It was pretty popular, but obviously that was sort of, an app for the general masses and not specifically for rideshare drivers. Just little groups would be created. I'm on your website and I see, thankfully, Google is translating the Portuguese for me, but it says, add drivers in your region and share the real-time location, which is pretty cool. Like you said, right? If you've got friends and you can actually see where they are, right? Like if you want to take a little break, grab a coffee, grab lunch, that's pretty neat. I haven't thought of that. And then chat with drivers, using the walkie-talkie feature, chat and learn from experts, and then also recording the video. I see that. So sounds like you've got some pretty cool features that are solving and addressing a lot of these pain points that drivers in both Brazil and the US have. But I am curious.